What I'm about to tell you changed everything for those who dared to listen. It's a simple yet profound truth that has been whispered by philosophers across the ages. It's a truth that, once grasped, can alter the way you live your days, the way you cherish your moments, and the way you confront the inevitable. Here it is: death alone reveals the true value of our days. You see, we often get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, chasing after what we think will bring us happiness, security, and fulfillment. We build our lives around the pursuit of more wealth, more status, more possessions. But what if I told you that it's precisely our mortality that gives our lives meaning? That it's the finite nature of our existence that makes every moment precious. The ancient Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently contemplated death as a way to live a more authentic life. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." For Aurelius, death wasn't something to be feared or avoided, it was a reminder to live in the present, to focus on what truly mattered. He believed that by acknowledging our own mortality, we could strip away the unnecessary and cultivate a sense of inner strength and resilience. This idea echoes the thoughts of the Greek pre-Socratic Heraclitus, who said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man." Our lives are constantly in flux, and it's precisely this impermanence that makes every moment unique and valuable. If we could grasp this truth, we might live more mindfully, more intentionally. But how often do we really think about death? Do we really confront the reality of our own mortality? Or do we push it to the back of our minds, hoping it will go away? The Epicureans, another ancient school of thought, believed that the fear of death was irrational. They argued that death wasn't something to be feared, as it marked the end of our consciousness and, therefore, the end of our suffering. However, this perspective might lead us to overlook the profound impact that contemplating death can have on our lives. As you reflect on your own life, I want to ask you, what would you do if you knew you had only a year left to live? Would you continue on your current path, or would you make some changes? What would you prioritize? What relationships would you nurture? What experiences would you seek out? Pause for a moment and think about this. Share your answer with me in the comments below. The ancient Romans, too, grappled with this idea. Cicero, in his work on the Republic, discussed the importance of contemplating death as a way to live a more virtuous life. He argued that acknowledging our mortality could help us cultivate a sense of duty, justice, and compassion. By recognizing that our time is limited, we might become more mindful of how we use our time, more discerning about what we pursue, and more grateful for what we have. As the centuries passed, this idea continued to evolve. The medieval Christian philosopher, Augustine, wrote extensively on the topic of mortality and its relationship to the human condition. He believed that our mortality was a reminder of our dependence on God and our need for spiritual growth. For Augustine, confronting death was a way to deepen one's faith and live a more authentic life. In modern times, philosophers like Montaigne and Pascal have continued to explore this idea. Montaigne, in his essays, frequently reflected on death as a way to live a more authentic, more humble life. He believed that by acknowledging our own mortality, we could develop a sense of detachment, a sense of perspective that would help us navigate life's challenges. Pascal, on the other hand, saw death as a reminder of our own vulnerability, a vulnerability that could lead us to seek out spiritual guidance and support. Now, I want to ask you, does this resonate with you that contemplating death can help you live a more meaningful life? Or do you think differently? Share your answer in the comments. As we navigate our modern world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise, the distractions, and the endless stream of information. We're constantly connected, constantly stimulated, and constantly anxious. But what if, in the midst of all this chaos, we could find a sense of peace, a sense of clarity, by confronting our own mortality? Do not skip over what comes next, as it's the part most people miss. In today's world, we are often encouraged to focus on productivity, efficiency, and optimization. We are urged to maximize our time, to make the most of every moment. But what if, in our pursuit of optimization, we're actually diminishing the value of our lives? What if, by trying to control every aspect of our existence, we're losing sight of what truly matters? Carry this thought with you: the truth is that we can't control everything. We can't control the length of our lives, the twists and turns of our journey, or the uncertainties of the future. But what we can control is how we respond to these uncertainties. We can choose to live more mindfully, more intentionally, and more authentically. This is the turning point. By acknowledging our mortality, we can begin to see the world in a different light. We can start to appreciate the beauty of the present moment, the beauty of the world around us, and the beauty of our own existence. We can start to see that every day is a gift, every moment a chance to live, to love, and to learn. As you go about your day, I encourage you to take a few moments to reflect on your own mortality. Not in a morbid or depressing way, but in a way that inspires you to live more fully, more authentically. Remember that death alone reveals the true value of our days. If you found value in this, subscribing takes 1 second and means everything, and you'd like to explore more ideas like this, consider subscribing to our channel, The Quiet Mind. We're dedicated to exploring the deeper questions of life, and we hope you'll join us on this journey. As we come to the end of this video, I want to leave you with a final reflection. Which of these lessons resonated most with you today? Share this with someone who needs to hear it and comment below. I read every single one. And as you go about your day, I encourage you to carry this idea with you, that death alone reveals the true value of our days. May this truth inspire you to live more mindfully, more intentionally, and more authentically. May you cherish every moment, and may you find peace in the present.